Hey everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and we're here for another episode of Age of Wonders 3. And I wanted to start this episode by just saying a general thank you to all of you watching, particularly those who have been supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate that. I started Patreon months ago on my channel, and had some people who jumped on board right away and have by and large stuck with me ever since, and I really appreciate that. I know that, I put the end screen at the end of every video for the $5 and $10 supporters. There's also a number of people supporting me at the $1 level, and even that really helps. If everyone donated $1 to my channel a month, just threw me a buck every month, I could actually do this full time. So every little bit helps, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I do appreciate what you're doing for me to help support the channel. I don't say that often enough, but that being said, I wanted to jump into the comments for this week. For starters, there was a general mistake I made in the last episode. It was one of my battles. I don't remember exactly which one, but I was talking about Berserk. Oh, you know what? It was in the dungeon here. I was thinking about berserking the Warbreed down here that I converted in this dungeon, and I was talking like it would panic the Warbreed and make it run away. That is definitely not what Berserk does. Berserk makes the unit attack the closest thing. For some reason, I just had the Berserk and Panic spells switched in my head. So yeah, that would not have helped me at all, because if I remember correctly, the Warbreed was closer to one of my units than an enemy unit anyway, so he would have just smashed my unit regardless. So yeah, don't get Berserk confused with Panic, because that could have been really bad. So thank you for that correction. I don't know. I know what Berserk does. It just off the top of my head. For some reason, I blanked on it last episode. Blurry Inner Vision suggested casting Inspire Loyalty really wherever I can, or whenever I can, regardless of the fact that it'll probably be disjuncted, and I like the reasoning behind this. He said that Inspire Loyalty, which is one of my spells that got disjuncted in the last, and I can actually open the spell book here. It's a global spell that got disjuncted in the last episode, right here. And it's the one that makes my units cost less upkeep when they're with a hero, basically. One good thing about constantly recasting that is, for one thing, it's cheap. It's only 20 mana to, or no, I'm sorry, it takes 100 mana to cast. Costs 20 mana per turn for upkeep. But I don't think I could do that now. That's actually a little more expensive than I was thinking it was. I was thinking it was cheaper to cast than that. But the advantage of being able to do that, if you have the mana to do it, is it makes the computer spend time disjuncting that spell rather than casting offensive spells against you. So you can kind of distract them and slow down some of their spell casting. I like that idea. I don't think I can implement it now because, well, I'll get into this in a minute, but I'm going to have some real mana concerns coming up here pretty soon. But I'll talk about that in a second. Boru of Pogobog suggested using the last point on the rogue for frost resist, or more likely defense. He was thinking frost resist, as far as the rogue possibly dealing with the frostling rogue at some point, my orc rogue fighting the frostling rogue. Frost resistance would be exceptionally useful not only for dealing with frostling units, but for dealing with shadow stalkers who deal a decent amount of frost damage. Although, to be perfectly honest, if this guy got in a fight with a shadow stalker, it wouldn't end well for him, regardless of whether he had frost resistance or not. But I think I am going to actually use him for things other than fighting the halflings. So I'm going to give him that defense for now, before I forget, because he does have a battle coming up with the undead. I do have a plan for the halflings, and it's largely Mogwai and very large units that hit stuff really hard with big sticks. But we'll get to that in a minute as well. From Sarah Feingold, well, actually, the next comment from Sarah Feingold is literally Warbreed smash puny halflings, and I think that is well said. The Warbreed is down here, and I was thinking about keeping it with the Theocrat just because of the Divine Justicars, but or Justicars, whatever, I keep mispronouncing it. But the Warbreed actually doesn't really benefit from being with the Theocrat as much as it would from being with any other army, because the Theocrat has a lot of healing in their army, but the Warbreed gets regrowth anyway, so I kind of want to put him away from the Theocrat so I have a unit that's just always regenerating health. And then, like Mogwai with Field Medic, that limited amount of healing he does have could be spread to other units. So I think the Warbreed would be a great fit for Mogwai, so that's the direction I'm going to send him. I do have a plan for what to do with my army, so I'm going to split everybody up. And more or less, I think I can actually do that now. So I know that the... So I want to get that big beetle on that stack for one thing. I'm going to remove the butcher from that army. We'll leave one butcher in. I'm going to put the big beetle in with that group so it can get some healing, which is very much needed. I'm going to leave... Actually, you know what? I'm going to move everybody just a little bit. The Orc Priest is at full health, but he's going to stay with the Theocrat primarily because he has Convert. And then I'm going to put... Let's see here. I'm going to move these ones here. I'm going to move the Knight with the Theocrat army. I do like the idea of having a Knight with the Theocrat because he can get Strong Will, which doesn't really matter for Mogwai's army. Sorry, that's not Mogwai. Mogwai is down here. But doesn't really matter for Mogwai's army as much because they have Strong Will anyway. I think the Warbreed will handle the heavy hitting just fine for that army. And I may throw in another Big Beetle this way too, we'll see. But anyway, for now, it's going to be those 5 plus the Orc Priest, which can't move there yet, but will be able to soon. The Blight Doctor, I'm going to actually do other things with, I think. For now, I want the Butcher headed up this way, as well as, I think, the Big Beetle. I will probably have him actually go as far as he can, which is going to end him in there. I want to get him closer to Cariel the Fearsome. There was some concern about this upcoming battle with just the number of lost souls pitted against me that I might have trouble with that, but there was actually a pretty good just general comment from it was Timon. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a name I've gotten mistaken in the past. Timon Booting and another commenter named me said I could just run out the Lost Soul timer if I need to, like I've done for a million other Lost Soul battles. That would give an extra turn for this guy to get back. So I was thinking about, like, oh, do I need to hurry production of a Fire Wyvern in this city and try to help with that battle? But then I realized, wait, like, just do what I've been doing with Lost Souls the whole time. So one of those blatantly obvious things that I somehow missed, so I appreciate you guys watching out for me. From Impregnable, general advice, need to boost mana income. It's needed for dragons as well as warlord structures and terraforming, as well as inspire loyalty, as Blurry Inner Vision suggested. So yes, mana is needed for dragons, and it is needed for all of those other things that I mentioned. For now, I'm going to use it to cast Authority of the Sword, but I'm going to actually do that at the end of this turn. But it is needed for multiple things, and I do need to work on it. I am getting a shrine in this city. Probably do need to build temples. Like in my capital, I think the temple will be the next thing I build, provided that I have enough to make the dragon. No matter what, dragons are top priority. Anything that goes into making those dragons, that's what matters. Speaking of dragons, there was some discussion between a few people, actually. I want to make sure I get everybody's name right. Or maybe it was actually... that was also with Impregnable. He had a couple suggestions for who should lead the fire dragons. He suggested possibly the Theocrat because of Divine Justicars. If they die, they come back. That would be awesome. Or possibly the Dreadnought, which was suggested to me earlier by another commenter because of the Destabilized Mana Core. But I actually have a different plan for those fire dragons now. I'm going to end up sending them with the Druid so that I can give them Warm at Night. Because I realized going up against Frostlings and Shadowstalkers, dragons have that 20%. They have a 20% frost weakness. Warm at Night would make up for that and actually give them 20% frost resistance, which she already has. So that, I think, would be a better fit for the dragons. I really need to get her a flying mount, though. That would be helpful to go along with them. I will be attacking that in a second, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So that was all feedback from Impregnable. Also suggested sending scouts everywhere. I will do that provided it doesn't interfere with dragon production, but yes, I do need to figure out where the rogue is as soon as possible. Although I have a pretty good guess it's this area, because that's about where I saw his units, the few that I did see, the one that was exploring anyway. And last thing to go over, also from Impregnable, did some calculations. I can make the dragons in no less than 6 turns, based on the dragon city's production capabilities. So I can make dragons in this city in no less than 6 turns, regardless of how happy the city is. But if it drops below a happiness level of 200, or if it drops to 200 or below, that will be a 7-turn production on dragons. So I want to try to keep from hurrying production. I could do it one more time here, but beyond that, I probably need to take a turn or 2 off of hurry production, which is okay because it'll let the dragon gold build up over time, and I don't want to produce dragon. I don't want to overburden the city and make them upset with me. So that all being said, I think that's all the feedback for this week. So I'm gonna get going with it here. I've got the orc is, well, this is really the next big thing to do, I suppose. So I had I did remember to put the cavalry with her, and I'm gonna send the orc with these units. Now I want to be mindful of who I'm putting with who here. Some units already have blight protection, so I'm going to probably put them well, I don't know. Anybody would really benefit from it because he's got blight protection 40%. So you know what? I will actually just probably leave the butcher with him. I want to put a couple other tougher units with him and give them that blight protection. Maybe the cavalry and possibly even the druid. No, not the druid. She doesn't have any weapons and needs to sit in more of a spellcasting role. The blight doctor has blight protection or blight immunity. Maybe I could give some to the unicorn. That would probably, I guess, make sense. Or possibly the warg. You know what? I think I'm going to give it to the warg. Just units that are going to be going in more up close and getting hit. I want to protect them if I can. You guys can all go there. Druid can go here. And then everybody can gang up and finally get rid of this stupid thing. We'll go ahead and send the warg in, or not the warg, the rogue in after it, because I'm going to start sending the druid down. Well, they might all stick around and go after that tower. We'll see on the next turn, because there is more stuff I could charm there, so I might need a little bit of extra help. But for now, we'll send you in. Probable victory. I think my odds are a little better, well, a lot better now with that stone giant, but I still don't want to be overconfident here. There is a lot of stuff that can do blight damage. There's stuff that does spirit and, well, it's mostly the blight damage comes from the bone wyvern and the wraith. I guess everything else is pretty much physical or the banshees, which are spirit frost. But anyway, let's do this. At least I got warm at night. That'll help protect against some of the banshees frost. Of course, they're gonna run right up in despair. A ton of my units right away. That's not good. Alright, well, let's check everyone's morale. It's still okay. The cavalry has a potential of fumbling, which isn't good, but I need to be careful with that fire giant. I don't want to get a little too excited here and end up getting somebody killed. Well, the unicorn, that's okay to get killed. I might actually just sacrifice it. Maybe phase it in somewhere that would be normally not so good. The knight does have Monster Slayer, which makes it a little more useful at dealing with the banshees. Bone Dragon's inbound. I would like to get the butcher up there to take the first strike from those. I don't think they have Overwhelm. They do have killing momentum, so it's probably best if I don't let them kill the unicorn. I'm just kind of assuming the unicorn is going to die here. What about fire darts? Not a lot of damage, but it might be enough to get something done. Maybe I can... Oh, you know what? I got Call Ancestral Spirit. That seems like a pretty smart thing for the druid to cast right about now. In fact, I'm going to have you hide back here. Cast it. Where do I want an Ancestral Spirit? I kind of think right here. That'll allow it to hit the Banshee once, and that's a flank attack, so I can turn it around. I think I'm going to have the Unicorn just rush the Bone Wyvern. I won't have her phase, because that would miss out on the charge, but the Unicorn is expendable in this battle. The Fire Giant is not, so I'm not risking anything crazy with the Fire Giant right now. Now that he is turned around, the Fire Giant can pretty easily finish it off, but I gotta be careful with this, because there's a lot of stuff that could come running in at him. Now, I think his health, he should be fine. He's got a lot of resistances. You know what? I think he should be okay to flank that thing. 7 to 10, a minimum of 15 times 2, but that's with the flanking bonus. He may not kill that. And I really don't want it to hit him. Alright. I might need to poke it with something else. Even if it is just a crappy range attack from my druid, or my rogue. So what I may do is position him here instead. I got movement from the Wraith to worry about too. They can still phase, so I really do need to kill him right now, I think. Alright, I want you up front defending, and I think I want the knight up front defending. You here. And just kind of clog this area up. Yeah, I might need to do something risky with that knight. We'll see. I can't cast any of Mogwai's spells either. I don't know that any of them would be very useful, but I'm really hoping that dragon, that bone wyvern goes after those guys. I think he probably will. So I'm gonna do this. I'm not taking the chance with this guy. Now he can definitely kill it and get a level. So I think he should be okay. Yeah, no fear of the giant dying. Now there is fear of him dying. So I'm probably gonna lose somebody else here, but I still think it's worth it to just lock this place down and get this boneyard out of here. Alright, that Wraith does some amount of poison damage, so I'm not as worried about it going after these guys. So I think what I'll do is just run out here and weaken him. That way I can at least deal some poison damage to him. And that is about as good as this gets, I think. I'm gonna leave everyone else on defense for now until I kind of know what to expect. I just really hope, because he could phase, the Wraith could get at him. I still don't, even if everybody ganged up on that giant, I don't think they would get it. So I'm like 90% sure I'm okay here. I might lose like a ward or something, but we'll see. Oh, that's fine if they want to go after the unicorn. Okay, fine. Sacrificial unicorn, that's all good. No worries there. If that's all I lose in this battle, then it'll be a pretty good battle. Okay, so you are now at least somewhat weak to Blight. I'm going to try to take advantage of that to whatever extent that I can. Let's go ahead and get the flank bonus. Might have the fire giant pay him a visit, but then again, there's a lot of bone collectors that are sort of just all over me. I might need them, and I think they have tireless. Do they have tireless? Or do they get tireless? No, they get fearsome. Okay, for some reason I was thinking they had tireless. Very thankful that they don't right now. Alright, I gotta get that guy off of the rogue. Can you summon again? No, you cannot. So you're pretty useless other than possibly doing some damage to the Wraith. The Knight could... You know what? The Knight's got Monster Slayer. He could handle that. Okay, go ahead and get rid of him. That allows you to run around behind, charge that guy just for the sake of turning him around, which gives my rogue some flexibility. Now, I want you to deal with the Bone Wyvern. Leaves him with limited options. That I could probably take with him. No, that's not what I want to do. He could do a little bit of damage to the Bone Collector. Who's left? The Fire Giant, the Warg Rider. She's useless. You guys may as well... Well, I still think I might be able to turn that Wraith around. So, aside from the two down there, Fire Giant, Warg Rider, Butcher, and... Okay. And the Rogue. I'm gonna need more than one unit to gang up on that Rogue. Okay, here's what I'm gonna have to do. You need to just absorb that thing's movement. Oh, you actually did get the kill. Alright, well done. Then the Warg can move here. You can move here. And maybe, depending on what way this thing ends up looking, maybe I'll be able to get a lucky flank. Okay, I think I did. Okay, that more or less prevents him from moving anywhere. He can hit something once and then he'll die. And that leaves the Fire Giant free to smash the Wraith King and end his turn in a position where he could hopefully get the... Oh wait, no, the dragons are stuck. You know what? I'm just going to do this to angle the Wraith in a different way. Well, you know what? No, he'll be okay here, I think. I think I can flank him from here. Yes, that is a flank. All right. Perfect. And then the Swarm Darters can finish it off. And then Emain can actually go Nourishing Meal somebody, I guess. I think the only units the enemy has left are that one, which can't do anything, and this one, which can't kill anything, so... Question is, either of them... Nope, they'll both attack, so I need to use Nourishing Meal now, because they're both about to die. So let's use that on probably the Giant. Oh, okay, I forgot about that. Oh, I should have known they'd just Wail of Despair. That makes sense. Oh, Unicorn, you betray me. Okay, well, I could have healed, but that's alright. We're gonna let that cavalry finish this guy off, get the kill. Because he needs to evolve. And maybe let the knight... Oh, the knight just got Strong Will in this battle, I think. So... can you... You've already weakened. Can you cure disease? No. You could steal enchantment if somebody had an enchantment. Oh, wait. Yeah, they do. The Giant does. So, why don't you go ahead and do that? That gets you another level. And what about you? You can't awaken spirit on anything, can you? Nope. Unicorn would have been the only thing, so... We'll let the Giant get the XP for this, I think. Oh, you know what? We'll let Emain get it. We do need to level her up if she's going to lead an army of dragons. Cool. Alright, so, only losing the Unicorn to clear that, that is fine with me. Ring of Heat Deflection, okay, 60% fire protection. I think that will probably... That might end up going to the Dreadnought just to give him an immunity, or to whoever fights somebody with a lot of fire damage. Bringer of Goodwill. Oh, that gets me Volunteer back on somebody's army. That should probably go with whoever's got a lot of high-tier units. I'm thinking the Theocrat might need that. So I'm kind of stacking higher-tier units with him. Or possibly Emain, actually, if she ends up leading all those dragons. Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave those with Emain because of the dragons. So yeah, we'll take that. You can go ahead. You know what? Do you have any fire resistance? Who does? I don't think anybody really does yet. Okay, the Theocrat's got 60. That would actually give the Theocrat an immunity to it. Mogwai has 40. I'll just give that to, you know, that's kind of just one of those random items that I don't know who to give it to yet. Just depends on who's fighting what. I suppose Emain could have it for now. Maybe it would be nice in case she gets caught in a dragon breath attack, or it might be useful for her. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it to Emain. That's Emain stuff. So you go ahead and take what you would like. All right, now I need to stack as many high tier units with her as I can. Except for the fire giant actually needs to stay here, so... Because he needs to stay with the rogue. The rogue needs stuff that can do the kind of damage that he can do. I think I've got a builder up here, don't I? Yeah, you should keep heading down this way. I would like to actually clear that. Well, I can't right now, but maybe I'll go up there and do that next, actually. Gotta remember, I got a runestone of Cold Fury over here, too. That could come in handy. But anyway, for now, just for this turn, we'll pile kind of everybody up on a main, anyone who's like a high level unit, and save a little bit of mana upkeep. So tier 2 or up. You guys are both fully healed. We'll throw you guys on. Oh, you're out of movement. Alright, you two then. That'll work for now. And then we'll just kind of figure out where they're going on the next turn. Emain did level up, so that's good. I do like Spirit of the Land. Spirit Protection is just always good. So I'm probably going to give that to her. Yeah, I can't see a reason to give her anything else. I think she's already got Befriend Animal. So let's just do Spirit of the Land. I just really like that. Also, it'd be handy for those fire dragons to have some spirit resistance too. I think she's going to be the perfect fit for a fire dragon, leading a fire dragon army. And then we'll give her... You know what, we'll save that point, because she's going to need to focus on range attacks primarily. Authority of the Sword ready to cast. Let's keep cycling through stuff here. So it's pretty much produce merchandise still across the board for now. We already know Inspire Loyalty got disjuncted. That's very sad. And somebody got Imperial Resonance. That was the rogue. That's especially very sad. Shrine is we're doing just fine. Select production for my Orc City up here. You know what? This might be a nice city to make a scout in real quick. Because then you could go across the water and explore the north, which I really haven't done anything with yet. I don't have money for that, but I think I can get some. Oh, no, this is the only thing I have left to do, and I don't have enough money for it, so I'll just produce merchandise for now. I do have this scout down here who is kind of snooping around the halflings' territory. Okay. And this little guy up here is just kind of just finishing up digging a bit. Oh, now it's going to tell me all the units have orders. Okay. So I just have to remember and go back and probably make a scout. I think I'm going to... You know what? This is a better choke point than this is, so I'm probably going to dig all this out. That way I can turn it into wetlands for this city and make it really happy. There's the Marauder, who is being sneaky and exploring the depths of the darkness. Those guys will most likely stay on the road if they can't see me. So I'm going to try to slip past them. Earlier it acted like they didn't see me, so I'm hoping that continues. My suspicion is that this guy is remarkably close to where the rogue is, so I really don't want him to die. What is this down here? Could that possibly be a rogue city? I hope so. Okay, Mogwai can continue digging here. They are going to just come right out. Imagine if you're one of these poor people sitting in this thinking you're all nice and cozy in your little corner and safe, and then this little guy shows up and then runs back, and then all these guys show up. And then you're just screwed. Who wants to go in the main group? I think that throw the big beetle in there. And kind of keep some unit diversity. That'll work. Do these guys have any poison resistances? They do. Maybe the Swarm Darter is not such a good choice for this battle. No mercy. Oh, wait. Maybe I do need mercy. No, not yet. I'll get plenty of good. I kind of wanted to keep my alignment on the good side in case I do end up using spirit dragons later. Because they'll get grumpy if I'm not good. But for now, this is okay. It's usually pretty easy to get good alignment if you're just generally nice to the independent cities. Alright, so we've got those guys who are going to throw AoE. This one's all fire, so let's get Mogwai over, or get the big beetle over here. Keep everybody kind of spread out, I think. I'm okay if they want to charge me, although I don't really like them coming at me with Overwhelm, but I don't know if I can avoid that, really. I'll back them up one more space. That way I don't get hit by 2 of those hounds. Spider's got web options. I'm gonna put the spider here, I think. Position this guy. No, you know, I'll put the spider here. Position this guy here. Still keeping everyone as spread out as I can, so that you can't firebomb any more than 1 unit, and then we'll see what direction they kind of lean towards when everything goes crazy. Okay, so pretty easy for you guys to help out over here. Just leave you on guard, I guess. Alright, that guy, I would really love to just guard break, but I don't think I can. So I'm going to actually give him weakening. Just to soften him up a bit. Make him really vulnerable to the spider, too, if I do that. Mogwai should be good to charge, especially with the weakening on there, I think. But first things first, I'm actually going to try to web it, I think. Okay, that solves that problem. That allows Mogwai to charge almost all the way up here and just give this guy a nice crossbow bolt in the face. Do wish I could do just a bit more damage to him, but that's not the case. I moved him there instead of there because I don't feel like letting 3 of my units get firebombed on the next turn. I do like keeping. I need to remember to keep that spider with the Blight Doctor. I like that combination, being able to weaken something and then either you do more damage to it with the spider or you have a better chance of webbing it with the spider. Like, they're a good pair, those two. I'll probably try to keep them together. Okay, at this point, can I cure disease on an enemy? No. Oh, that's gas breath. That's not cure disease. That's like the opposite thing. You know what? Lifesteal. And I don't think I actually got any life stealing from that. That's okay. Why don't you guys get a couple hits in there? And that allows you to finish this guy, which allows Mogwai to finish this guy. Alright, so Mogwai's army is broken through. Got a little bit of mana out of that, which is good. There's some fell horses over there that are going to be really easy pickings. So I think I might just carry on over there and do that. Especially with those butchers, I could probably get them some healing. Easy healing. This should get me a little bit of gold. And I'll send whoever has the most movement, which is actually Mogwai. And we're going to have to... Well, you know what? I'm going to cancel this and take a look here. It's good, 475. So I've got quite a bit of wiggle room. So I'm just going to keep taking the XP. In this case, this is really nice, easy XP, because Fell horses they're tier 2, but they're not very good tier 2 most of the time. So they're pretty easy to just use to get some cheap and easy XP. I'm going to get more of that on the butchers. I think the butchers can... Well, actually, they don't really have any special bonus against fell horses since fell horses aren't mounted. but they are still great on defense, so I'll just let them do that anyway. Alright, charge me. Feed me life. Okay, we'll let these guys down here can deal with these ones. Did he one-shot? No, he two-shot that. Still impressive. I'll just weaken you. Nice crossbow bolt in there. Ouch. Another one dead. And you can stay there. That one won't attack you. And everybody else can back up. I'll probably try to let Mogwai get one of those other kills. If, you know what? Yeah, I should have let him. Should have done that in a different order and let Mogwai get a kill. Because I think these guys are all going to... Oh, never mind. I thought they might go after the Butcher. But no, that makes sense. They would go after him. Okay. Well. Mogwai gets a kill. And I don't think I can steal enchantment from anything this time around. Alright. Then we'll just finish off the Fell Horse. I think that's... You know, I want more XP on the Spider, I think. Or, well, is anybody not gold rank in this group? Okay, everybody is... No, the Big Beetle isn't. Okay. I want to get him his gold rank promotion. Whatever it is, I don't remember, but... Should probably check. Oh, is a Dread Monkey worth the extra gold? Possibly. They make decent scouts. I think I'll take that. He might die right away as soon as he goes to scout, but they've got forestry and stuff, so I'll just look at that as a scout and send him up above ground. Yeah, they got forestry, they've got, well, they got sprint, but that doesn't really help in combat. Disgusting stench. I wanted to see what these guys get at gold rank, because I don't remember. Inflict severely poisoning. Yeah, that'd be worth having for sure. Alright, why don't you go up and you can be the initial scout to see what we're dealing with up here. Alright, you can't move anymore, so whoops. Stay there. Mogwai's army could go in there and probably clear it in the tomb. Wouldn't be the first one they've cleared, so I think that's what they will tentatively head off to do. The Swarm Darter can come with them, but this Kobold is staying behind to do a tremendous amount of digging. And I have piled up quite a decent bit of gold, so I'll have plenty for that Orc Scout above. I forgot about this guy way down here coming back up. Yeah, he should still keep going that way. There's really nothing else down there for me. All the spawners and stuff have been cleared out, so I should be good to build cities in that area. And I think it's unlikely I'm going to see much coming through this direction anytime soon. Somebody did point out Shadow Stalkers could go that way, so that could be a problem later, but if all goes according to plan, the Rogue's not going to live that long anyway. So, yeah, you can come back up this way, I suppose. In fact, you could even end your turn with Nanhild for the moment if you'd like. But you can just get switched for that Orc on the next turn. Oh, and I forgot about my Mystic. Man, last episode was such a good episode for me. Okay, army requires orders. Oh, that's these guys over here who have been doing a decent amount of exploring. I think I'm just going to keep going with them and hope I get lucky and find the Rogue out here somewhere. They do have night vision, so that's helpful. I will probably split them up a bit here. And just cautiously move. One space at a time. Okay, getting close to a spawner down there, so I think I'll have him fall back. Hopefully if there is something down there, it didn't see me. Monkey can end turn, and before I end turn, there's just two other little things. First, I want a Orc Scout up here. I can probably afford a Scout in a couple places. I forget how much Fire Dragons cost. I do need to make sure I have enough gold for them, and I also will probably need to hurry it. Fire Dragon. They cost 360. Gonna cancel the scout for now and do more merch. I'm gonna, I think I can come up with that money on the next turn probably, but just to be safe, I'm going to cancel that because I absolutely want to hurry production of at least one fire dragon. Preferably, I'd like to hurry production of fire dragons for the foreseeable future, but just based on raw income alone, I don't know that that's going to happen. Then again, as long as I can afford 2 back-to-back, I think I'll be okay. Alright, and then Authority of the Sword, so let's cast that on this city. Grow the borders a bit. This then allows me to convert more things to flood fields for faster city growth and more income. And I'll probably target spots that are between me and the enemies if I can, for the most part. We'll get those up there. Get these over here. And I'm gonna stop there, just to leave myself some mana for the next turn. But just basically making that city as happy as possible. Number of cities can discuss joint offers, but there's not much I can do about that right now. And I actually can't cast Inspire Loyalty again. I forgot I could do that twice, but we'll save the mana for now. Okay, and then we just go to the next turn. I think those Lost Souls will attack me. And honestly, I think I could take them. It depends on whether... Ah, crap, they found my guy, my scout. Okay, well, that's fine. We're going to have Mogwai's armies popping up here before long anyway, so... we'll just do... For battles like this, I like to do manual combat, and then... It's just an Eagle Rider. I am like 90% sure I can't run away from that. Eagle Riders have a ton of movement, so... We'll see. Let me see how it responds to if I just stay here. Will it move up all the way, or will it move up just part way like the Lost Souls do? It moved up almost all the way. So I could sprint once, but yeah, that's not gonna work. So I will surrender, and that way he doesn't get XP for killing that scout. Works for me. I forgot I had the human vassal there. Curious if I can spot any more rogue stuff. That's my primary concern. If anybody spots it, it would probably be him. I don't like how long the rogue's turn took. Might mean he's doing well. Okay, well, we're on to the next person now. And I guess it will be the undead soon. So, this battle right here... Oh, crap. Well, there goes that monkey. Dang it. Wait, where did these guys come from? Hang on a second. That's like... It's like an Eldritch Pit monsters, I think? Where'd they come from? They must have come from the surface. Okay, well, I'm just gonna auto-combat that. That's fine. Should've just taken the money for the monkeys. Okay, did you get your sword? No, you did not. I am going to wait until he has his sword and then counterattack. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll manual combat this. I'll run away from this one, and then we'll come back and get sweet, sweet revenge on the next turn. Okay, I got him. That was a little bit trickier than usual because of the like fiery crags and canyons that I had to navigate around that they can just float across, but I still was able to run away, so... And now he's got his fire sword, which makes things a lot easier because then I can give Guardian Flame to the other guy, and I can also actually, you know what, I'll just give it to the big beetle. Why not do that? And now we get our revenge. I'm gonna attack with the pork though. Closely matched. Okay, whatever you say. This time we're fighting them on a turf that's a little easier to handle. Okay, Guardian Flames. Now, who actually does more? He does 11 and 6. He actually does 15 physical. So I'm still going to give it to the Big Beetle, I think. Okay, now all I have to do is make sure that I take a little bit of pressure off the Big Beetle so it doesn't die. Take a little bit of damage back for that, but that's okay. You know, probably just charge you out here. Do that. And I'm just gonna kill it now. They'll probably flank me a bunch of times, but that doesn't really matter. I actually would prefer that over them all taking away his action. Excuse me, action points. All right, now I gotta either position units on those tiles, or, well, you know what? I can easily do that with the Dreadnought. You're gonna go right there, and you can get rid of that one pretty easy. Untouchables are more or less worthless here, so they're just going to stand on that tile to prevent that one from coming back. You can kill that one. And you can kill that one. And then the rest is easy. Get rid of that little nuisance there. Okay. That leaves the Dragon City more or less securely under my control. They're going to hang out there for now because I don't think they're quite ready to go running off to that, but I'll get them a few more units here as soon as I can, and they'll be in a little better shape, including that Butcher. Now this is finally done. I am going to, again, make this a Goblin City. So I could convert to wetlands, but before I do that, I want to upgrade to the stone fortress. The settler here is going to have to chill out here for a minute while that upgrades. Oh, hang on. I can't undo that, can I? Crap. Okay. I think I can get gold from elsewhere. I forgot about the dragons. I forgot you can't undo that too. It's alright, we'll just have to roll with it. Hopefully I can still get enough for at least starting to produce a dragon. If I can't hurry it. You leveled up, so that's good. I think I'm going to give him the lightning rod banner. Well, there's not really anything I'm running into down here that does lightning damage. I might actually just buff his fighting capabilities for now. What's Imperial Authority? I do like that. That's a good one. Morale boosts are always nice. Pest Control Squad, Animal Fate, Monster Slayer. I could give him Tunneling or Wizard Hunters. All units in here. Oh wait, that gives them everybody an extra resistance too. I forgot about that. I'm gonna get Wizard Hunters just because I think extra resistance is really good. He's also got other upgrades you can do as well that I think I meant to do last time actually. So we'll go ahead and get him some more health. He's not really leading any machines around yet. Melee damage would be good for him. That's usually what dreadnoughts end up kind of going towards, that, or like super tanky, especially physical tanky. Maybe I'll play to that a little bit. Nah, we'll go melee strength. He's got that nice fire sword. And I will leave the rest for now. Should have probably distributed some of those points before that battle rather than after. Okay, so I've got everything I need for swarm darters now, and I have no way of making them because everything is going to go to dragons. I'm going to do everyone's digging manually right now. Normally just wait for it to cycle through to those units, but I actually need it a bit earlier at the moment. So I've got, and this means I actually have to find where everybody's digging. I know I got that dwarf over here. And Mogwai is going to clear a tomb on this turn, so I'll get some money from that. Nice if I could clear that, but I don't have anyone in the area to deal with that in. Okay, I lost Mogwai. Where did he go? The underground just all looks the same to me. I get lost down here all the time. I think he came up through... No, that's the giants. Where the heck did he go? It was here. Okay. So, I think for the tomb, this is probably a fine group. Let's see what's in here. Nothing too terrible. This is entirely doable. I'm gonna just go for this. Although, does Mogwai have any points for leveling up that he needs to distribute? Nope, he does not. And I don't think the Swarm Darter would be super helpful in here. So we'll just do a manual combat, and I'm probably going to have to rely on Rot for this one. Because that is a lot of Deathbringers, and they can be a real pain. The big thing is that you can't flank them. I hate that. Total awareness. Says the guy who uses Elf Storm Sisters on his main class, who also get total awareness. Mogwai's at least got that crossbow, so I'll have the beetles kind of take center stage here. Now, as long as they're lined up, now is probably the best time to cast Rot. Because that... Wait. Weakens for 5 to target enemy machine or undead unit. I think I want to just go right down that line. But I'm going to do it on a turn whenever... I'm going to charge first and then do it. Okay, so not like this, this, this. Then I'm going to leave this guy back a bit because I'm assuming these things are going to come teleporting in right behind me. So I'll leave the tanky people up there, and then Mogwai can cast Rot from here. And they'll waste some time healing, but then the Banshee, or these guys, will just jump in. So I at least won't have the reanimators on me right away. Okay, I'm good with how this is turning out so far. And those guys were... The bird was dumb enough to go after the butchers. Alright. Great. That's good. Now they're weakened, and since they're already weakened, I can just start dealing poison damage to them right off the bat. I think Mogwai is going to actually just charge that one and kill it. That charge boost. Absolutely decimate that thing. He is out of movement. Doesn't really matter much, though. We'll soften you up. Let the spider finish. And I kind of want that guy to go around and fight the Deathbringer. You know what? You only have one movement left, so I'll do that with you. Then the spider can phase and hopefully web. I didn't quite get it, but it took away an action point, so that's alright. Then you can just move up here, and I would say hold ground for now. Kind of took a beating. That rot spell is such a good combination for the goblins, because they really just have nothing to deal with undead otherwise. Unless they're like a class that can deal with it. But for like a goblin warlord, rot is perfect. Alright, you're still weakened, so I may as well do this to you, I guess. Oh, that's just a cadaver. Okay, get out of my way. Whoops, I didn't see the other guy there. I think he didn't do much damage. Why don't you go away? Alright, not too bad at all. Worth 300 gold, or I could take 200 gold, the ring of heat, another ring of heat deflection. That is gonna be really close. I should have double checked to see the cost of the dragons, but I think it was 360. To hurry would cost a bit more than that, though. So is the ring of heat deflection, the mana worth it? I think so. Like I was just talking about, I kind of need mana. So I'll take that. I'm going to send the ring of heat deflection to... It's hard to say, because I don't know. I might send it to Nanhild, just because Nanhild has, what? It's 60%. The ring of heat deflection is 40? No, it's another 60%, so some of that would be wasted on Nanhild. I'll send it to the Dreadnought. We're just going to make him fire immune. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, close that. Looking good there, and Mogwai can now go up top. Actually, this is perfect. For once I can reach haste berries in the perfect amount of distance, and I didn't even try. All right, they could actually go clear another magic library or go up top now, but I'm thinking go up top now. I kind of just want to start rushing the halflings as soon as possible. So far, I've only seen eagle riders and stuff, so. And Nanhild is going to come too. You know what? On account of the fact that Nanhild is... No, wait, no. Nanhild has other jobs up here that she has to deal with. Particularly with clearing space for me to absorb this Tigran city. I gotta get this undead crap out of here. That's what she was gonna go do. So, Mogwai is gonna have to harass the halflings on his own for now. But I do have backup coming for him. It may not be Nanhild's army, but there are others coming. So Nanhild, I'm going to drop the, you know, they got a decent trip ahead of them. So I'm going to drop that guy. And that'll give him some time to heal up. And we'll leave the priest with her. And then they can all just journey together and head up north. And that's pretty much Nanhild's army for now. The Warbreed's got to get to Mogwai. And I kind of want the Mystic with him for some elemental damage options, as well as another Butcher. So really all these guys are going to Mogwai to back up the assault on the halflings. So maybe it is worth it if Mogwai takes a little extra time for the rest of that army to catch up. And in the meantime, I can go like clear another magic library, or maybe get a nice unit from that inn too. That's also a possibility. Really, whatever they do, I think would be helpful. I forget what that shrine does. I wish I could see it. I guess I could dig. I might want to go into that. You know what? Maybe I'll get that on the way out, because it's like a buff. I just don't remember specifically what the buff is. Gives the units regrowth for the next battle. Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was, but couldn't remember for sure. Well, let's see who's in the magic library. My units are a little beat up, but probable victory with a couple evangelists. Does anyone do spirit damage? The orc and presumably the no, they're draconian, so they got crap. They have firebolts. That's like the one type of evangelist I don't want this army to run into. What about you guys? That's a little weaker over there. I still have 20 casting points. I don't have a way of healing my units. That's the main problem here. And I don't really want to wait, but I might have to, just to let them heal up a bit. It's not really worth it for 2 extra turns of movement. But I am definitely going to have them go up and get that regrowth for the next battle, because who knows what I'm going to run into when I go up and fight the halflings. I don't know that I'll get to the inn in time, but that's okay. I need the money for dragons anyway, so... Mogwai did get an upgrade. I think, oh, I'm going to want Tireless, so let's leave a point for that. Warcry is just always good. I probably would have picked that up earlier if I didn't need other stuff like Blood Brothers. First Strike's tempting, but I'm going to save the point for Tireless and get maybe Overwhelm. Either Overwhelm or like more armor or something like that. I think I'll just grab Overwhelm for him, just in case he does run into a pikeman or a shielded unit. It would be nice to have. Although, probably could have made a sword for him later with Overwhelm on it anyway, but that's okay. I almost accidentally just instinctively went and spent that last point into melee, but I remembered, didn't screw it up this time. So I think I'm gonna wait for them to decide what to do with them later at the end of the turn. You have a quest. I have an answer. The answer is... Wait a second. Oh, I get a flyer from that? What am I dealing with? How many? That's not bad. Fire Giant could handle that. The Rogue's army could go down there and deal with that. I think I'm interested in that quest, actually. I need to go down there anyway to deal with another Necro camp if I ever want to absorb that city. So yeah, plus going west doesn't seem very likable because of all those mountains. Okay, you have my attention. Let's get these guys kind of grouped up. Imaine, I'm not sure about because she's got to get... I got to get her back underground, close to where those dragons are, or where the dragons will be anyway. Speaking of dragons, let's go ahead and take a look here. So I can produce one, but hurrying production would be another 350 gold. There is no way I'm going to come up with 350 gold for that. So I'm going to have to hurry production of this first one. May need to say, or not hurry. I'm going to have to let that one run, but try to remember to save some money when it's almost done. And then get more. Yeah, I'll wait on that. So Maine's got some time to get down there. I was looking for the cave entrance that's closer to Mogwai. I want to see where that's at on the overworld in relation to everything else. That's the one right there. That's a little too far away from me, Maine. I think that cave entrance is the one she needs, which will put her... Yeah, that's definitely the one she needs. So, yeah, you need to go back, I'm afraid. As much as I'd like to have you stick around, you're needed elsewhere. As for you, though, I think you can keep your army here. Pretty much everybody that's with him should be fine to stay. I'm gonna give him any units that actually don't naturally do poison damage, probably. Because he's gonna get the next thing I'm gonna get for him is the Poison Mastery, which will give all of his units poison damage. So you can go there. I might be able to get that here, actually, although the episode's actually going a little long. So I think we're going to have to save this for the next one. But I'm pretty sure this is looking okay. I like the idea of putting a main with the dragons. I'm a little bummed out that I can't. It's so dang expensive to hurry production on them. But if I play my cards right and save money well, I think I can get this. I know people do want me to do more scouting. I'll think about it. I'll think about that to building more scouts. They are very cheap, but I don't know if I want to just build a ton of them and send them out wildly. I guess I could afford to build like one right now, probably in this city, and maybe another one down here somewhere. Oh wait, that would be bad because scouts can't go on lava. So let's not do that. But that city's a good one, and I might just, you know what, may just throw out one from here, or maybe even the swarm darter, just to get another halfway decent unit on the way. I do have another settler here. You know what, I'll put another scout, I'll build another scout in my capital. How's that? They're just really cheap, so I can afford to do that. And since I went through all the work to get this, I will go ahead and make at least one swarm darter that can do that extra shock damage. But after that, I gotta start saving money. All right, and then let me get him on his path down to where he's gonna need to go, which is gonna be down here actually. So I need to get him. He could go straight south for now, but he'll need to cross that lava river bridge when he comes to it. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop it there, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I do want to do one quick review overworld map. Let's take a look here. So if anyone sees anything of interest, you can feel free to point it out. The underground continues to confuse me. Then there's the overworld, can't see as much there, but we do know where Hollow Hill is, and that means we know where Mogwai is going. So basically the plan right now, join them up with them on the next turn and go on the warpath. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that as much as I am. Once again, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next episode. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Adam James, Jim Bro, Tarsak, and Tibian Army. Thanks so much, everybody.